know how many of you have seen the Avengers. I thought that was pretty good. We saw that a couple days ago in 3D. Pretty amazing. Just gonna put that out there. I know I've missed a couple weeks. I missed last week, which was Mother's Day week, and I missed the week before that, SAT week. And that was, I have 8 more days till I get my results on that to see my score, which will be super exciting. Cannot wait. And remember this book, the book that I said I was going to read and that I haven't read in a really long time? Well, I finished this. It has a little over 550 pages. Finished this one. Is really good. I highly recommend it. But before you read this one, read the first series called, it's the Percy Jackson series. Read that one first and then read this one because it kind of comes over, transitions into this book. So that's fun. And this is probably going to be a quick vlog because I just wanted to update everybody what I have been doing. SATs, I think I signed a confidentiality agreement for my SATs saying I wasn't allowed to tell you about the answers or the questions. But what I can say is don't be like me and take them 2 years later after you've been out of school for so long. Because you forget everything. And most of the stuff you've learned in high school is all on the test. I mean, everything is on the test that you have learned in high school. So, take it in high school is what I'm trying to get at here. And, it was, the first day was kind of hard because I didn't know what to expect, but I had to do it in 2 different parts because we got accommodations. I got a choice between small font and big font, but it was just the test that was on big font, or no, it wasn't the test, it was the answer sheets that were on the big font. It wasn't the test itself. So I chose to use the small font just because that's what I learned on it and it was more comfortable for me. And I got to use a cassette tape so I could listen to the test, which helped in some parts, but not in all parts, because they would read out every single thing. So if there was like a comma or a dash or something, they would say the word comma or dash just so you know it was there. And that might help you for some people, but for me it didn't. It just made the test a little more confusing. So I only used it when I didn't know certain words that were too big for me and he or she, whoever was narrating it at the time, could pronounce it for me. So that worked, and I got to use a calculator, but on the test everybody gets to use a calculator. So that's not just accommodations, that's everybody, which was good. So the test was pretty much very easygoing, very laid back. Second day was a little more easier because I knew what to expect. First day was a little difficult just because I didn't really know how to go into it, so if that makes sense. I applied to 4 different colleges around Wisconsin. We haven't finished everything yet, so I haven't really heard back because there's still a few things we haven't finished yet, like they have to get my SAT scores and my high school transcripts and my one college class that I have previously taken. They have to get that transcript too. And if that doesn't work out, if my SAT scores are too low and they don't accept me, I'll probably wind up going to a community college so I can start from the bottom and just kind of work my way up. I'm trying to become a child therapist, which requires your major in psychology and your minor in child development. So in order to do that, I would have to start in a big university, and that their SAT scores are kind of high. So if I don't qualify because my SAT scores aren't high enough, I'll probably start from the bottom and just work my way up in a community college, which isn't too bad. I'm a little bummed out about it, but you get what you take. I mean, you take what you get. As far as the SAT and the OMS combined go, if you don't mind taking, basically what the SAT is like is a test from school. I mean, you have this huge, I don't have it with me, but I have this huge book that I study from. It's about, that big, and it tells you what to expect, and then in the back of the book it gives you all these test questions, practice test questions. And I mean, you can do them all and they're really good practice, but don't expect your SAT to be as big as the book, which is what I thought going into it. It's actually the size of your, if you've ever taken like a standard reading test or something, it's probably literally that big. There's about 9 or 10 sections in the SAT. It's not that hard. It was, you know, I think that I thought it was going to be super difficult and there's going to be like these insane, I don't even know what I thought. Like these insane test questions that only like super genius people could solve. It's not. And I've asked everybody's advice, and that's how it came across to me, was like this huge crazy test. And it really wasn't. It was basically like when you take a test at school, like a final at school. You know, you take this test and you get through it, and it's really easy. But math is not that hard. The only thing that was really difficult for me, because this is kind of my disability, is there was this part where you have to read a sentence, and the sentence was not correct. You would have to find where the punctuation goes, what's capitalized, what's spelled wrong, and then you had to pick the best answer. That is my disability right there. Not just math, but that too, because I can't see it in my head and go, oh yeah, this word is spelled wrong, the punctuation has to go here, and there's supposed to be commas and quotes and all this stuff all over the place. And so I'm sure I didn't do very good in that part, but you know, I'm comfortable with how I did it, and I don't plan on taking it again no matter what my score is, just because it was way too stressful for me. It was easy, but it was just way too stressful, and I don't think the SAT is really necessary to get into college, because it's one thing for them to ask questions that you're going to use later on in life, but the SAT asks you questions that you would never come across in real life, and maybe that's why they do it, just to like see what you know and how well you can solve on, like, get it on the spot. But I think it was unnecessary, and I don't plan on taking it again. But that being said, I am glad I did take it, and I'm excited to see what I got, and I am excited to see if they qualify to get into the colleges. That will be cool. So that's kind of my little update video. Next week I'll try to talk about something relevant to OMS. I know there's not many questions right now, and it's getting close to summer, and you know, we're starting to get ready to go on vacation in July and camping in June, I think. June and August we go camping, and so it's exciting. I'm counting down the days till vacation time, just like anybody else. So that is my vlog, and I will see you guys next week. I hope you all had an amazing Mother's Day, and take care, and I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.